Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great day. It is finally Friday. The weekend is here, and we've got our live stream coming up in a couple of hours. Can't wait to get that going, and hope you guys join us at 9 o'clock Eastern. We got a lot to talk about because come Tuesday at 4 o'clock, there are no major opportunities to improve your team, and the question will be is, can the Dallas Cowboys do anything to fix this shit sandwich? I hope that there is, but there's no guarantee that there is. So Brian Schottenheimer, who literally told you all to take the offensive stats and shove it up your ass, and he wouldn't be saying that if the defense didn't suck. So let's be clear here, the motivation on what's going on with Shotty. Yeah. Basically, shove it up your ass because Matt Everfuss's defense stinks. It is the worst, and it is giving me heart palpitations, so to speak. Let's go to the Brian Schottenheimer press conference and see what he has to say today.
No one's in costume, huh?
Brad has a costume.
Solid. We had a number of guys in costume today. Yeah, Cooper Beebe was Nacho Libre. Ezraku was 50 Cent. Let's see, Jay was a rapper that I was not aware of. Yeah, they did a nice job. Yeah, and it was fun. Guys had some good time with it.
DMX, nobody with DMX.
Nobody's DMX today. No.
What?
Calvin Watkins, Dallas Morning News. Donovan Wilson. How much do you think he'll do today and tomorrow?
Yeah, he'll probably still be with Britt, trying to do some rehabs, get him feeling better. It's going to be close, but not sure yet.
Diggs, is he still in concussion protocol, or did he get out?
Yeah, he's actually meeting with a neurologist today, and hopefully that'll be the last step, but we'll have more information after he sees the neurologist. But everything's been good. Everything's been positive.
One more thing.
Buddy's on IR.
Thank you.
Of course.
What was the biggest feedback you got from the defensive players this week when you were in their meetings and stuff like that?
I think, again, I'm going to go to Wednesday's practice. Was probably the biggest feedback. I mean, I've talked to a couple of the guys about just some of the different things they like. They like the plan. I thought Wednesday's practice was excellent. And the energy's been good. These guys they're ready to fix it. They want to fix it. We're all aligned on that. We need to be better. We know that. But I would say I start with going to Wednesday and the energy and the way practice looked. It felt different in a good way.
Clarence Hill, DLLS Cowboys, the splits offensively, home and on the road, can you explain what's the difference?
Not really. I mean, I know the home stuff is way better. I think each game is different. I really can't speak to it. We'll dive into that a little bit more over the bye and just kind of see, okay, hey, what is the issue? But I can't really put my finger on it, and we're talented enough and dominant enough as an offense at times that it shouldn't matter where we play. We should be able to do what we need to do, and we'll get that answered if we can. I can't promise you that there's going to be something that stands out. We're like, oh man, look at this.
The crowd, they just look in the Carolina-Denver game. The running game wasn't there at those two road games. I don't know if it's a false start thing, crowd thing, just not being aggressive off the ball, something that's not getting that thing jump started.
Yeah, each game is so different, Clarence. I can't speak to the answer. And again, we'll look, but again, it might be hard to figure some of those things out.
And Brian, Todd Archer with ESPN. Sometimes you see things on social media, you don't know if they're true or not. Did you have an owl in your house?
Oh, yes, we did. I don't know if the owl was looking for the snakes or like what was going on, but it's the story of a coach's wife. So I'm in game plan meetings last night. We're doing some red zone stuff, and I leave the meeting about 10 o'clock, and I go back to my phone, and I literally had 72 text messages on my phone, 72. I'm a popular guy, so that's nothing abnormal,
Yeah.
But and it literally started with a text from my son to his mother saying, there's a big hawk-sized bird in here. And I began to look down, and there was an owl that was so my son was sitting there doing some work, and he had the sliders open, and all of a sudden an owl came to visit. And we're not very outdoorsy people, and so he wasn't really quite sure what to do. So we called my soon-to-be nephew, who's marrying my niece, and the two of them together, frickin' frack, tried to figure it out. They couldn't do it. All they did was piss it off. And so, in typical coaching fashion, I called my wife and said, "Honey, I'm going to stay at the condo tonight. You got this." But they did. They got the owl removed. The owl has been returned to its safe domain. But you can't make this stuff up, man.
And here is this is crazy because I started seeing this clip. Okay, this is his kids.
What's he doing?
He just said, oh!
Don't.
He keeps flying into the window.
Oh. Damn.
What's he doing?
This is crazy.
Oh,
The poor owl.
the window.
Okay. There we have proof of what he's talking about.
So it's real. And when you say it's big, like I would have not stayed in the house. I would stay at the condo no matter what.
How'd they get it out?
They called animal control. Gentleman came with a net, like a pool net. I might have to look at that as like another job. Just kind of become animal control guy. I'm so experienced now with wildlife in and around Dallas. So can't make it up. I think we won when we had the snake issue, so that's probably a good omen. I think when we have shit, I'll put an elephant in my frickin' garage if I have to. Yeah, I'll do that next. If that's what it takes to win, I'll do it.
We'll build an ark in your backyard there, Brian.
How's Overshone been this week?
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. He's been getting a little bit of looks with the defensive stuff, with the ones, but really we're just letting him play some scout team stuff. He's doing a little bit of both, man, and disruptive as ever. And I love watching him play football, man. Just the passion and the energy has been great. But we'll ramp him up a little bit. Today's a bonus day for us, so he'll get some more stuff with the ones and getting close.
And then he left early when we were out there. Was everything okay?
Yeah, he banged up his thumb, and was right back to practice.
John Machota with The Athletic. You had, I think it was some of the kids in. I don't know if it was from just the coaches or the players or whatever for a Halloween thing recently. Why did you decide to do that?
It's a good reset for the staff. Everyone was invited. It was Tuesday, so the players were off. But a bunch of people from around the building, from different departments, scouting and stuff, brought their kids. And my wife, she's amazing. She's a saint. She kind of organized like a little trick or treat line, and then they did arts and crafts and stuff down there. It's our normal family dinner night, and so it's just a good reset for us, man. And it's good for us to see. I know it calms me down, seeing the kids, and my kids are old, and we're empty nesters, and so they didn't dress up. I didn't dress up, but it's just it's what it should be. We can carve out 45 minutes for our families and for our loved ones. We do it every week, win or lose, and it was awesome to see the kids smile and see their dads, and for us to feel a part of, we miss a lot, and so it's cool to have them around.
And for the family dinner thing, is that always up here, or do you guys go different places?
No, it's always here. Yeah, we don't have the time to leave. It's a kind of a hard stop. Come have dinner. But again, they run around on the practice facility, they run around, and we're doing the moms a favor because the kids usually fall asleep on the way home, which is great. And again, my wife is a saint. She's amazing, and she goes out of her way to make everybody feel welcome. And again, the kitchen staff, legends. They do an incredible job feeding everybody, and so very appreciated.
Nick Harris, Forward Star Telegram. I know you've talked about this bonus day throughout the week, but how valuable is this day today to fix some issues on both sides of the ball? And then you have a few awkward weeks coming up. How have the schedule plans been with those? Yeah,
it's a big day for us just because, again, you get a chance to hit first, second, third down, which is the biggest part of the game when you look at in terms of the number of snaps that happen. We're, like we've talked about, we're in the midst of some changes that we want to look at, and there's going to be some things that maybe we like even more than other things, and so I think that helps us get another day to look at it. But in terms of the other schedule, we'll, all the focus is on Arizona, and then obviously we have the bye coming up, and we'll get a chance after this game to, go back and really dive into the first, whatever it is, 9 games and find some patterns and maybe look at, find some answers to things Clarence was talking about and some of the areas that we need to improve. But right now the focus is solely on Arizona.
And deadline coming up on Tuesday. I know you've talked a lot about, you have conversations with the personnel staff on a consistent basis. A guy we haven't talked a lot about is Alex Loomis. How valuable has he been to this process and leading up to Tuesday?
Yeah, I appreciate you asking about Alex. He's incredible. I know he's, he's a lot like me. He grew up around the game with his dad, Mickey, in New Orleans, and sometimes you learn things through osmosis, just being around it. And but he's got a great football brain. I know Will leans on him incredibly hard in the draft meetings and stuff, and the free agency meetings that we have. He's so prepared. His attention to detail is incredible. And again, I think at some point he'll be a general manager in this league. And we've got an incredible, personnel department. Klein Kubiak, Ross Wench. There's a ton of guys, but Alex does a great job.
Awesome Richards trade right before the season with the Saints, was that kind of a father-son deal, or was that just?
There's some probably insider information going on there, but again, they didn't make the trade. That was done through the proper protocols, but I'm sure it was. Hey, Alex, how you doing? Hey, Dad, and they worked it out.
Joe White, Dallas Morning News. We've talked about 3 defensive coordinators in 3 years before from a scheme perspective, but in terms of developing players, how can kind of those changes maybe hinder, or what can it do to development with players that you have?
Yeah, it's not ideal. I mean, we've talked about that. It's not ideal, and the biggest change really was when DQ left, and you bring Zim in here, and Zim's an incredible coach, and but it's an adjustment. And what people don't realize is whether you're playing 3-4-5-1 with DQ and then to Zim's 4 down, to Flus's 4 down, they're not the same systems, and they're not built on the same things. And there's different variations, and so what do you do with the words and the verbiage? And it's not, okay, you just call it this. It's, well, how do you play it? How do you fit the gaps? How do you handle bunches? How do you handle stacks? And again, it doesn't affect, it doesn't affect as much of the fundamentals, because, really, tackling and coverage and things like that. But there are subtleties. I mean, there's different ways to play press man-to-man. There's different ways to tackle, whether it's hamstring tackle or, different things, rugby-style tackle. And, again, but that's no excuse. I mean, but it's a challenge. And that's why, again, we're hopeful that some of these adjustments and things that we're going to do will pay off.
And then obviously Don Ezra, Shamar James, some of these rookies you've had to make bigger roles on this team. Other guys that maybe didn't anticipate having bigger roles. Long question short, how do you kind of develop guys mid-season while you're also asking them to maybe take on bigger roles? Yeah,
you don't stop with the individual periods. I would give up team reps before I would give up individual period, because I do think that what's going to allow us to sustain success hopefully late in the season is that we're taking better footwork than the opponent. We're striking with better pad level than the opponent. We're wrapping up better. We're breaking on the ball better. I just believe that that's what gives you an advantage, because I do believe that as you get into the later months of the season and you want to get them off their legs a little bit, that something has to cut, But I would rather cut reps, full speed reps, get those in the walkthrough and not cheat your fundamentals and techniques.
We have time for 2 more quick questions. Tommy, then Skyler.
Tommy Arsh, DallasCowboys.com. How do you reintegrate Jake into the offense this week after Denver did what they did? No catches for him.
Yeah, it wasn't Denver. It just was the game kind of went the way it went, and I don't worry about Jake's ability to get involved. He's a great player. It's one of those things. Let's just have a great week of practice. But again, I gave Denver a ton of credit, but I really don't think that they took Jake away per se. I just think the ball really didn't go his way, and we didn't play great, and I didn't call a great game, and so I think it just starts with having a great week of practice. But Jake Ferguson will play very well this week.
We need him to get back on top.
With the AP, just a quick question before the one I was going to get to. Back to the Owl. Are you a Harry Potter fan?
I've seen a few of them. I've not read the books. I'm a movie guy, not really a reader.
Were the kids Harry Potter fans?
Yeah, my son was, yes.
So he probably made that connection.
Yeah.
Question. I'm sure you've been briefed on what Jerry said with the thing that got a lot of attention. This is why I'm talking to you and not trying to fix the defense. I just wonder how much, if at all, do you worry about the things that Jerry says or the things that go on in that kind of realm affect the locker room?
I don't think too much about it. Jerry's the owner. Jerry can say what he wants to say. We've had some we have had some of the best communication over the last couple of weeks. I mean, there's been a consistent Monday meeting where we spend an hour and a half talking about the last game, and he asks amazing questions, and we're able to sit in there, myself, the coordinators, and just talk about the game and what happened, and these are the things we need to improve. And then we do it again on Fridays when you're getting ready for the next opponent. And at the end of the day, I mean, no one wants to win more than Jerry. And so the communication is constant. It never ends. We're always on the phone with Stephen, Jerry, Will McClay. But at the end of the day, Jerry's the owner, and he can say what he needs to say. And he is a busy man, like all of us.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
All right. There you have it. That's our leader here, buddy. And, yeah. I feel for him because he is trying to do a great job and stuff in here, and having to spend time answering about what Jerry says is freaking ridiculous. Now, we got to get a win. Got to get a win. You know, nothing is promised. Travis Hunter going on IR, apparently a little injury in practice yesterday, and it sounds like he might not be back this year. So you don't know who you're going to lose at any time, you know, of the season. So you want to make sure that you do every single thing you can to win right now. But Jerry's a little bit busy with some gas. All right, good people. I will catch you guys later, and hopefully I'll see you guys tonight at the live stream.
You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win. When you start telling me it doesn't matter, then retire. Get out. Because it matters.